I mean, okay, so just give me a rundown, for example, of like what, because you know, my clientele, 95% of the time are VA loans, right? Because a lot of military clients find me to buy homes. So I know for closing costs, it's required that it's a split between buyer and seller, correct? For VA, is that?
For when I was doing it, I mean, we used to be seller only, right? But now they've recently amended it to split 50-50. And that's custom. You can negotiate whatever you want.
Right, but unless it's like mandated, or unless that's a requirement by, let's say, for example, VA or FHA or whatever. But other than closing costs, what other costs should a, let's start with the seller. What other costs should a seller anticipate, for example? I mean, you don't have to go into details, but just give us a general idea.
Well, the biggest ticket items as a seller, you'll get a doc fee, right? Basically the price to prepare the conveyances that help push it to transfer title. And then you'll pay for the title report.
Right.
And then you'll pay for the escrow fee, half of it, right? And the escrow fee is $3 per thousand plus 300. That's typically the calculation up to about 750,000.
Okay.
And then there's a different formula for properties higher than that.
Over that. Okay. Okay. So that's it for the seller. And then, like, let's say, for example, if it's a VA, they do have to pay for like pest, the wood destroying, and then depending on negotiation, it could be the home inspection or whatever the home inspector finds and he needs to fix and all that. So those are costs that the seller needs to anticipate. And also depending on how it's negotiated, the seller may need to pay for surveyors to point out the boundary points and so on and so forth. So it really, a lot of these are mandated by law, and then there are several that is negotiable, right, between the buyer and the seller. Now, if I'm the buyer, what cost should I anticipate?
So your biggest ticket items as the buyer
is the purchase price.
But there's no getting around that, right?
Yeah, you need to pay to buy the house.
But speaking for the lender, it's typically the origination fee, although some lenders have really cut that down, making it less, not essentially a percentage, more like a flat rate.
More of a flat rate.
And then you have your appraisal fee, that's also a lender fee. And then beyond that, if you're going to purchase title insurance, which you're dealing with a lender, you're getting a lender's policy for sure. If you're buying an owner's policy in conjunction with the transaction, we can discount that, but that also, in the thousands of dollars, right? The fees for those premiums. And then beyond that is the 50% for the escrow fee as well.